Hello. So I do want to welcome you all to my course. The course title is Billable Services, as you can see up here. As far as the course overview, so I specifically made this course for my job. I am a training coordinator, and I pretty much train support coordinators who are working with individuals with developmental disabilities. And we have to report out to various agencies and entities, including the state, as well as we have to abide by federal guidelines. And the course overview really is specifically aimed towards conducting billable services, which can include face to face meetings with the individuals that we serve, as well as observing a person's status, verifying services, and assessing, the individuals that we support. A specific learning gap is that we have individuals who they're pretty much brand new in the field, and they are having difficulties with just knowing what a billable service is and how to complete a face-to-face as well as a collateral while abiding by state federal guidelines and procedures that we have as a department. And so the purpose really of this course is to gain a better understanding of what the mandates are and how we abide by that. My target audience and learning profile, so if you go further down, we are obviously training adults, both male and female, although we primarily see more females. And I think that's just the nature of the field. And the minimum qualification is for individuals to have a bachelor's degree in human services and at least 1 year of experience within the fields. It is not necessarily, I would say now versus even pre-pandemic, the qualifications have changed where they might not have some sort of direct experience working with individuals with disabilities. So maybe they might have had some sort of interaction. But as I mentioned, pre-pandemic, most folks did have a more direct interaction with people with disabilities. As far as any prior knowledge or experience, the individuals that we work with, they do go through an extensive training journey. And so this course is just going to be a part of that learning journey. So there would be multiple courses that they would have to go through in order to be able to be fully engaged within the support coordination environments. So the course modality, hybrid. So most of the course content, would be delivered in person, and more so their assignments, including responses, quizzes, would be done online utilizing the learning management system Google. So as far as the outcomes that we would be focusing on for this course would be learning outcome number 1 and learning outcome number 2. And you will have an opportunity to actually see that in the learning management system that is used. So it is laid out, but learning outcome number 1 is support coordinators who this training would be geared towards are primarily understanding the functions of billable services. So this would include face-to-face visits and collaterals, and having some sort of idea as to how to plan for this using a tracking sheet. And this is a requirement. So it's more of a departmental requirement I would say more of for auditing, it would be a requirement for state as well as feds. For outcome number two, it is really primarily focusing on support coordinators, their ability to assess individuals. And so they're primarily doing this in the course. Through a case study, Ian, and they really should be prepared on how to navigate through some of the challenges that the individuals that they're working with might encounter. As far as subject matter experts, we would be working with current support coordinators, as well as any assistant directors. I will tell you, I'm primarily the subject matter expert when it does come to rolling out this course. The instructional design, I'm really utilizing the rapid instructional model design because I felt like it's more suitable for the individuals that I would be working with. So how to conduct a face-to-face visit. It would also allow them to really put some of those real world scenarios. So implementing that into the course. And the theories that we would be focusing on, there are several theories, as you can see, and I just go more into detail as to why I would be utilizing all of these theories. And so now I'm going to actually go into the digital media. So it's right here. So if you click on both of these, when I send you the IDD link, you will actually be able to see the digital media that would be utilized. So now I'm going to actually go into my mini course. So now I am in my mini course. The platform that I utilized is Google Classroom. In order to get access or to gain access, learners would have to have a Gmail account. And as far as this project, I have provided you all with the login information that would include an email address, which is IDT400X2024 at gmail.com. And then you have also been given the password. So an invitation does have to be made. But when someone actually logs in, this would be the home page. And as you can see, the course title is labeled up here, so billable services, and then I just put IDT 400X, and we are going to call this the Spring 2024 cohort. And what they can see is if there's any upcoming assignments that are due here, but also if they would like to make an announcement, so maybe they need to reach peers, the instructor, they certainly would have all of that information, but they can certainly do that up here as well. And so what you see here is pretty much everything that the instructor has posted onto the platform. Users also get notified via email whenever the instructor has made an announcement. So they will get the email and then it directs them to this platform. So this is pretty much the announcement page, but if they click on the classwork, and it's taking some time. So as you can see, there's a box that shows to track your progress. So as I mentioned, there are various assignments. And so the Google Classroom allows learners the ability to track their progress as they're working through the assignments. So I'm going to hit got it. And so this is pretty much their classwork. As I mentioned, individuals would have to gain access to this platform. And so they can actually utilize the drop down box if they want to just see the homepage by topic, or if they want to view all the topics, they can. And so pretty much I have sort of a welcome. And with this welcome, you can see that there is pretty much a welcome message to learners. And then there's a recording that I've attached that shows them how to actually utilize the LMS system, Google Docs. I also have under the welcome the learning outcomes. So it pretty much just informs learners. These are the outcomes that we are hoping to aim at the end of each module. So for this mini course, it would be over a month period, and each 2 weeks encompasses one module. And then as you can see in the welcome, there is also the syllabus. I will tell you, I know that we needed to have the licensing, but Google Docs did not allow for that. So you will see that I have the licensing under like the welcome message as well as the outcome. So it is here. All right. So I'm going to go back to all topics. And next you can see discussion boards. So in order to allow for collaboration, there are discussion boards. And it's more so to allow learners to collaborate with one another. And you can see that there are due dates. So if you click on one of the reflections, it is asking them to review a YouTube video and pretty much to answer a question. And for that, to allow that collaboration to take place in this mini course, it is asking that they reply to all of their peers. What I will tell you is that with this cohort, and typically when I am training new support coordinators, there's no more than 5. On average, I would say it's between 3 to 5. And so it does give the due dates for both. And then we have the modules. So when they click on the module, it can show them all at once what is due. I'm going to go back to all topics. But what you can see is that it does give the learning outcome. So for learning outcome number 1, it is pretty much telling learners what we are hoping that they learn at the end of this module. And then you will see that there are assignment due dates. And so it gives a due date of May 16th for one of their assignments. And then there is another due date. If they do look back at the syllabus, it also gives them due dates. So the due dates are all over the place. And as an instructor, they would also be notified when an assignment is due. We go into week 2, and it is touching on learning outcome number 2. And there are quizzes as outlined in the rubric. There's also assignments that are due. And then also there would be another discussion board that would be due in module number 2. And then the last item is the final exam. The final exam actually would not be pushed out until the due date. And it's pretty much short answer. And so they could click on it and then actually get started. I do want to touch on the assignment. So within each assignment, there's also the rubric. So it allows learners to know ahead of time what the expectation is of the assignment. So this is my capstone project. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me. Thank you.